Confidence is not about being perfect. You will never be perfect, and the quicker you understand that, the quicker you can step into truly being confident and truly changing your life. Insecurity is rooted in associating your identity with past experiences, and you need to let them go. And in today's video, that is exactly what we're going to be doing and exactly what we're going to be talking about. If you're new here, hi, my name is Carissa. Welcome to the Queen community. It is nice to have you here. And if you are new, make sure you go ahead and subscribe. And if you aren't subscribed yet, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
Here in the Queen community, we talk about all things feminine energy, stepping into the most feminine, beautiful, flourishing version of yourself that you could possibly be. And if that sounds like something that you are interested in and truly want to cultivate, especially stepping into this new year,
make sure you subscribe.
Something you should know that we do on this channel is we take notes. So I highly recommend that you get your journal, get a notebook, and write down all the notes that we're going to have in today's topic because it's going to be very in-depth. So the first thing we want to do is understand the root cause of your insecurity. Every single person has an insecurity one way or another. For some people, it is their facial features. Some people, it is their weight. Some people, it is the way that they dress. Whatever it is for you, you need to get clear about what it is, where it stemmed from, and how you started feeling that way in the first place. Because this is going to be crucial for you to understand how you can overcome this insecurity once and for all. Not temporarily, not just because you're watching a YouTube video right now, but because you are going to overcome it and you need to decide that you are going to overcome it. I always tell my clients, I always tell you guys on this channel, try is not a decision. You are telling your brain, I haven't made up my mind. It's not as important for me to commit to a yes or no.
So I'm just going to say try, so I don't put pressure on myself.
And we need to wake up and step out of that. You need to make a decision. This is going to be a new year. This is going to be a completely new year. And if you're not watching this at the time of the new year and you're watching this before or way after, in the middle of the year, whatever the time it is, you can decide today to change your entire life. You don't have to wait for another January 1st. You don't have to wait for another 1st of the month. You don't have to wait for another Monday. That is just another lie that you are telling yourself to keep yourself comfortable. You need to step out of the not enough mindset. Every single time you tell yourself you're not enough, no matter what you do, you could have the best clothes, you could have the best job, whatever it is, you are going to constantly feel like you are not enough because you are telling yourself over and over again that you're not. So I started a podcast a couple of weeks ago. It is going absolutely amazing. The support you guys have been giving me is absolutely phenomenal, and I thank you guys so much. And in one of the podcasts that I just released on Spotify was about the power of your words. And if you struggle with insecurity, I highly recommend that you watch that and go listen to that podcast. It is a rare and radiant podcast where we really dive deep into the psychology of our words. Now, when you speak things over yourself and you speak things into your life, you need to watch what you say because your words hold so much power, and subconsciously you are telling yourself and programming your mind to believe a certain thing. So if you tell yourself, I am not enough, I look ugly, I can't do this, you are so right because you're programming your brain subconsciously to act into accordance with what you are saying and trying to get your mind to believe. And the reason you're trying to get your mind to believe that is because it's comfortable and it is familiar, and we need to step out of that. I am going to tell you very straight up, you will never achieve the life of your dreams staying in a place where you are comfortable and staying in what feels familiar. I understand you may have struggled with trauma. I understand that you may have struggled with many people telling you that you couldn't, but so have I. So have thousands of people who have struggled, gone through trauma, gone through poverty, gone through abuse, and they are living the life of their dreams while you are sitting and complaining about why you can't do it and why you're too insecure to do it. Because this is not affecting anyone else but you. You must look at how you're speaking to yourself. You must stop telling yourself that you are not enough because that is a lie. In truth, are more than enough. And with everything that you have, with all the opportunities that you have, you can choose what you do with your life at any point in time. I know people that were literal refugees in a different country, living in poverty, living in a literal shack, that came to America and by the grace of God were able to start a multi-million-dollar business having nothing, having absolutely nothing. and going through so much trauma, going through so much abuse, and going through so much mental turmoil, and yet they used what they had and exponentially created wealth from their family and broke off so many generational curses. So you can't sit here and tell me that your circumstances are just too hard, because there is somebody who has less than you who is doing exactly what they want to do with their life. And I say this with so much love because I know what is possible for you. And I know how it feels to sit in insecurity and think that you have to wait or you have to be enough or have enough to have the life of your dreams. And it's just simply not true. You can create it at any point in time. You have to believe and change the narrative. Change the narrative. One thing that we're going to do to step out of this insecurity is manage our social media intake and have limits and barriers. So I need you to create a time barrier or a time block where you are just not going to be on any social media and you are not going to be following people that make you feel bad about yourself. You need to limit your exposure to comparison, and every single time you feel the urge to compare yourself, you need to say instead, wow, that woman is so beautiful. This is inspiring me to take even better care of myself because I am beautiful too. That is it. The more you sit and nitpick about why you don't look like someone else, I'm so sorry, but you are never going to look like her. You're not. And the more that you fixate on trying to look like her, the uglier you are going to appear because you are suppressing your inner self. I tried so many years of my life when I was younger to look like other people, and it degraded me. It literally got rid of everything about myself so I could look like someone else. But you know the thing about trying to look like someone else and be someone else? You will never be them. You will always be a lesser version. You can't try to be someone else. You will always be number two. You'll always be right underneath them. When you could be the best version of yourself and have a beauty that is incomparable to anyone else because you are using everything that you have to your advantage. I used to hate my curly hair so much that I burned it straight. I burned it straight so it would not be curly.
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here.
And I purposely burned it so that way it would grow straight. I damaged my hair so much and didn't even realize what I was doing. And when I was in high school, I had to cut most of it off so that way it would grow again. And these are the links that we go through just so we can look like someone else or be socially acceptable. But in reality, we create our own beauty standard, and your beauty standard should be improving as you improve. But when you try to look like someone else, you've accepted a beauty standard that is not even meant to be yours. It's not. Worldly beauty standards are always changing all the time, and if you can't accept the way that you look, the way that you see yourself, you will never step into a version of yourself that is meant for greater things, that is the most beautiful version of yourself. You can't reach the most beautiful version of yourself because you have been rejecting who you are. You cannot reject who you are anymore. The next thing that we need to stop is negative self-talk and limiting beliefs. I work with my clients through all of these things because we have so many limiting beliefs we don't even realize. We need to truly step into what it means to be a fully confident person, a fully confident woman. And the first thing that we do to do that is stop talking to ourselves negatively. One of the tips I always tell my girls is we need to make sure that we are putting affirmations somewhere where we're always going to see them. In our phone, in our reminders, literally setting timers with a reminder underneath it, putting affirmations on a mirror and writing out, I am beautiful, I am creating the life I love, I'm living in the body of my dreams. Seeing that every single morning and feeling empowered. Because if you go in the mirror the first thing in the morning and you say, I am so ugly, look at this pimple on my face that no one is going to notice, but I notice it, so I'm going to look at it and just stare at it all the time. What we're doing is we are creating so much negativity around the way that we look. No wonder you feel insecure. You're literally filling your mind and accepting every single lie that comes in as truth. You have to fight it. Every single time you feel a lie in your head and you want to accept it, but it is negative and it is self-deprecating, you need to reject it and replace it with 3 things that you love about yourself for every one thing that you were picking at. Because in truth, the more that you pick at yourself, the more that you feed yourself negativity, the more that you're actually going to feel worse about yourself. And the more you're going to keep yourself from stepping into the version of yourself that is flourishing, that is vibrant, that is strong, that is beautiful. You can't hate your body into a body that you love. And it needs to come with an identity shift. That is one of the first things that we do to step from insecure to confident. It comes with an identity shift. You need to shift your identity. If you can't have that identity shift and you just think that a quick fix of looking a different way is going to fix your insecurity, you're wrong. It comes with an identity shift. For example, whenever I'm working with somebody that wants to lose, let's say 70 pounds, and we lose that 70 pounds in like 3 to 4 months, that's amazing. But if your identity hasn't changed and you still want to be the same person you were before entering my program, you're going to go right back to the way things were. Do you know why? The identity, the belief, and the deep-rooted habits have not truly changed. You just did something for a quick fix and you're going to revert right back to the way things were before because that identity is familiar and you want to hold on to it. You have to let it go and allow yourself every single day to choose the identity that you want to embody and choose the identity that is going to get you into this new place that you want to be, especially stepping into this new life and new chapter. The next thing that is going to stop you from stepping into this confidence and that is going to keep you being insecure is always having fear of judgment and fear of rejection. If you have fear of rejection or judgment, you're limiting yourself so much. I want you to take a second to close your eyes and envision this world. Just envision Earth. And now I want you to envision all the planets in the galaxy. And now I want you to envision the galaxy. And now I want you to envision how many galaxies are around this galaxy, the Milky Way. And now imagine how many other things are outside in the universe and how small we are, how vast and beautiful this entire universe is. And you're sitting here wondering what Becky thought about you and how she thought that dress was too tight. You're sitting here thinking, oh, I wonder if they thought my hairstyle was pretty. Are we being for real? This universe is so vast and beautiful, and we are so limitless to what we can do. We have so much at our disposal. At any point in time, you can choose to invest in a course that will change your life, that will change your career, that will change every single aspect about you. And you're sitting here wondering what Lena down the street thinks. Why? Ask yourself why. Why does it matter? When you're 80 years old, do you truly want to be sitting there in your deathbed thinking, oh man, I wish I would have taken a risk on myself and just invested in that business and not care what anyone thought? I wish I would have just started that YouTube channel because that would have changed my life. I could have created generational wealth for my family, but instead I wanted to care about what this girl, I don't even know what she's doing anymore. I don't even know where she's at. I cared about what she thought about me, so I didn't do it. Do you know how sad that sounds? And I'm telling you because I was there. Before I started this YouTube channel, before I started my multiple businesses, before I started my courses, before I started my podcast, before I started my Instagram, everything, I'm telling you, I felt that way. And I had to fight it and remember who I am. Because I'm not trying to be an insecure person. Whether I feel insecure in that moment or not, that doesn't define who I am. But as soon as I say I want to define myself as an insecure person and therefore I'm going to act accordingly, I would not have started this YouTube channel. I would not have started my feminine energy courses. I wouldn't have started my nutrition courses. I would not have started my hormone courses and my one-to-one coaching with all of these women. I have helped hundreds of women just because of the fact that I chose to take a chance on myself and I knew I was called to help other people. What is your calling? What are you constantly saying no to because you are afraid? Why are you allowing fear to control your outcome? You think that you're so in control, but fear is actually controlling you. So when are you going to let go and actually say, I'm starting today. I'm going to create my dream life today. I'm going to start that course I've wanted to start. I'm going to start that business I've always wanted to start. And if I don't know where to start, I will invest having faith in myself because I don't have to know everything and I know nothing about it. So I'm going to go to somebody who does and save 10 years of trial and error. So that way I have a proven plan. It's so easy. Like these things, it is so easy. We don't have to spend 10 years of our lives trying to figure all these things out. I've invested in so much coaching and mentorship to be able to do what I'm doing here. And it has saved me, I can tell you right now, probably 10 to 15 years of my life trying to figure it out on my own, out of pride or insecurity. Your life is so much more free when you step out of the box of fear and insecurity, the fear of rejection, the fear of isolation and judgment. You have to step out of it. Because every day that you don't, you are letting it control you. And you might be thinking, oh,
Well, Carissa, it's easier said than done. I don't know how to do that.
it is a choice. It's as simple as a choice. Yes, you may feel insecure, but most of the things that happen in our lives, it's not a feeling. For example, forgiveness. It's not a feeling, it's a choice. It's a choice. You think that it's a feeling and it will go away over time, but to be very honest with you, time just makes you immune and adapted to the feeling of not forgiving someone and the hurt and pain. It's a choice. So many things in this world are a choice, and you're deceived into believing that it is a feeling, and you have to wait for that feeling to go away for you to feel confident to do it. No. No, no, no. Every single time that you practice something, for example, whenever you practice the skill of confidence, you become more confident in yourself. Every single one of my clients has seen this, and they can testify to this. I always tell you, you need to practice the skill of confidence, and we run through every single way you can practice the skill of confidence. There are so many different ways, and they don't have to be huge ways. You just practice that skill, you become more confident in that practice. So let's move into some feminine practices to overcome any and all insecurity at its core. We need to build emotional resilience. Every time you feel an emotion, do not run away from it, because confident feminine women, they face their emotions, they face their fear, they face their insecurity, and they do not let it rule them. We need to step out of the fear. We need to step out of the insecurity with that decision. Every single time that you have a win, you need to recognize it. You need to recognize it. I need you right now, I need you to write and sit down, write out 10 things just this month alone that you have accomplished, big or small, and recognize them. Sit with yourself and say, I accomplished this, I accomplished that, I accomplished that. Look at how much you have accomplished just in this month. And then I want you to look at how much you have accomplished this year. Think about how much you have accomplished and celebrate those things. Because not being able to celebrate those things is actually going to keep you in more insecurity. It's going to keep you from being confident in yourself and recognizing yourself. And it's actually going to keep you from being feminine and stepping into your feminine energy. So something that I do with some of my clients is we create these confidence journals of things that we do every single month. And we write down as many as we can of things that we have accomplished, things that we have been working towards, and how we have changed over just the last 30 days. And every single time I do this with one of my clients, they look at the end of the month and say, wow, I would have never realized how much I accomplished if I did not write this down. You need to write it down. You have to write it out and put those accomplishments around your room. I did that. I did that. I am working towards the life that I love. I am doing things that I absolutely love and enjoy. It gives you so much confidence. The next thing that you can do is surround yourself with people who are uplifting and get rid of friends, remove people that are not supportive and contribute to your insecurities. Everybody knows that one friend that always criticizes you about something you're wearing, or the booger in your nose, or the crusty eyelash that you forgot to change, whatever it is. Let her go. She's not in the picture anymore. Yes, you may love her, but to be very honest with you, that person is going to hold you back, and they do not have your best interest. Somebody who loves you as a genuine friend, no matter how long you have known them, is not going to tear you down that way and make fun of you and say things like, oh, you're so stupid. Oh, you're so insecure, and laugh at you for that. Subconsciously, it's a no. It's a no. I used to surround myself with people like that because I thought that's what I deserved. You will surround yourself with people you think that you deserve. It is time to step into new friendships. You cannot replace with new until you remove the old. You have to make room, you have to make space. And this is going to happen when you remove those old friendships. And if you're afraid of isolation, you're still standing in insecurity. Because you know that if you let these people go, there's going to be a place where you're going to be more alone. That's perfectly fine. But in those times, you need to step out in confidence, knowing that there are other people that will love you and treat you with the respect that you deserve, that will uplift you, that will bring you places and help you elevate to places that you couldn't with those other friends. I've had to let go of so many friendships, not realizing how much they were holding me back. People that you allow in your life can either build you up, help you, encourage you to keep going, or tear you down. And this is so real. And you really, really, really need to watch who you have in your life and who you're allowing in your life, in your circle, because it contributes to so much. So the next thing that we're going to do, and the last thing I'm going to talk about today, just as 3 things that we're going to do to step into that security and confidence, and 3 things we're stepping away from to get out of that insecurity. The last thing we're going to talk about is developing an air and like mystery about ourselves, because we need to do that. We don't need to let every single person know what we're doing, what we had for dinner. That person you're texting, they don't need to know every single thing about your life. Now, we don't stay in this mysterious thing for other people. I'm not telling you to be mysterious so that other people like you. No, I don't agree with that. There's people on the internet that preach that and preach that that is what femininity is. That is what the mysterious feminine is. And to be very honest with you, no, you're just acting. You need to stop it because it's not going to get you very far. Like, people know what's up. When you try to be mysterious, people can see that. You need to develop a spontaneity about your life, the things that happen in your life that people don't need to know about, but privacy. Not everyone needs to know what you're doing. And, you know, feminine energy, when we're stepping into feminine energy, especially biblical feminine energy, it draws people in and is naturally magnetizing. It's layered with curiosity and depth. And the way that we do this is we avoid oversharing. You need to avoid oversharing. There's things that people, they don't need to know. They don't need to know what you're working on. They don't need to know your business ventures. They don't need to know every class you're taking in school. They don't need to know what kind of gym outfits you just bought. You need to not feel the need to get validation from other people and start validating yourself. Things that you want to tell other people, write it down in a notebook, in the confidence journal that you have, and we're going to just dwell on those things ourselves and be okay with that. The next thing that we're going to do is start to really invest in hobbies that are going to truly help us feel confident in different skills. The more we broaden our horizons, the more that we step into these areas where we can develop confidence. For example, you're not going to be confident at dancing if you've never danced a day in your life. Dancers are only good at dancing by practicing. So how are you going to become confident in something you have no idea about? For some people, they want to feel more confident in the way that they dress. What are you doing to practice that? Putting on clothes every day is not practicing. It takes actual effort to research, look up your color palette, look up different styles for your body type, for your body shape, look up different hairstyles for your face shape, all of these things, different hair colors. You need to do your research and practice and start to look at different things that are going to help you step into this confident version of yourself. And when you cultivate different things like hobbies like music or art, it comes with practice. You become more confident in those skills the more you practice them. So I highly recommend that you invest in a course, or you invest in some form of coaching, you invest in a new hobby, you invest in something because it is adding to your life. Not every single thing you pay for has to be, oh, I'm not going to spend money unless I really, really, really need it. You're penny pinching for what? For what? You're going to get to the end of your life and say, I wish I would have done these things. I wish I would have taken a chance on myself, because now you're 80 years old and you have all this money saved up and you can't do nothing with it. As a feminine woman, we should be saving our money. But that also doesn't mean that we need to be living in lack and scarcity because we are scared that we're going to lose money by investing in ourselves and a better version of ourselves that will probably be able to make more money because we're living in a more feminine life. We need to really ask ourselves these questions and get to the root of our fears and fight these lies, because we cannot keep living in this delusion that the more we come into agreement with these lies, the safer and better our life is going to be. Because right now, this insecurity and this lack is keeping you in a place of fear, not a place of abundance, not a place of wealth, of prosperity, of success. It's not keeping you in any of those things. So I want you to truly evaluate that. I love you guys so much, and I know that stepping out of insecurity is a difficult thing. It takes active work and disassociating our identity and selves from the traumas we have experienced, from the things that people say about us, and stepping into, with a choice, stepping into the life of our dreams and the woman of our dreams. I hope that this video helped you guys so much. In the description, I have my coaching availability, my podcast, my free masterclass that you can join, and information on my new feminine energy courses that are going to be coming out to you guys soon. If you are one of the first 10 women to sign up, you get a discount on the entire course. So please be looking out for that. I am so excited to release that to you guys. It's going to be so in-depth. I have seen feminine energy courses when I first started learning about feminine energy, and this is at least 20 times more in-depth and detailed than the ones that I have seen, because I want to truly be able to help you guys and help you transform your lives, because once you step into that feminine role in your life, life just becomes so much more easy. Attracting prosperity, success in your relationships, friendships, your career, everything just becomes so much easier because you're not living life on hard mode anymore. So I'm so excited to release that to you guys, and comment down below how this video helped you or what area of insecurity you're facing, and I will try to answer every single comment. I love you guys so much. I hope you enjoy the holidays, and Happy New Year. This is going to be an amazing one. Bye guys.